Hello everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of What If I Was in HighSchool DxD, and me trying to remember what happened beforehand. So, yeah, I don't know if I should go back and watch my video, of part 1, but after doing part 1 of What If Deku Was Goblin Slayer, I feel pretty shit. So, yeah, anyway, so, I'm thinking we were going off before the yes, the Exorcist. Okay, yeah. That's what we were getting up to. That's what we were getting up to. The Exorcist, the Exorcist. Fuck my life. So how that'll work is I'm going to warn you here again, just for the fact of YouTube and knowing YouTube. I'm gonna warn you here. This What If series will have a bunch of 18 plus content as well as sexual references at times, but a lot of humor. So ready yourselves for that. But yeah, so it's just we're having a nice little walk with Ashia after our little meeting, and I still know about the church. And I'm still like, oh shit, well, this is gonna be interesting. But yeah, so I go on a walk with her, and we have a nice little chat. We get closer and closer and closer, and we become nice little friends. We get to know each other a bit more, and I tell her about my school life, who I was before, and why I seem so, off from everyone else. And I'm sort of like about to tell her, hey, I'm not human, but then I'm just like, nah, if I do that, she's part of the church, she's gonna freak, and she's gonna want me dead, or something. So I withhold that, but then, she asked me if I could escort her to the church, and I hesitantly agree, because it's like, it won't be that bad, right, if I'm just there for a few seconds. So, of course, I go with her to the, good old place, to the church, and things hit the fan from there. The doors unlock, and both of us are confused as shit. But then all of a sudden, everything goes black for me. I don't know what happened, but something went wrong. Something was wrong. And I wake up strapped to a chair. And I'm confused about what's going on at first, before I hear a sadistic laugh in the darkness of the room. It's like, oh, looky here, a devil hanging out with one of our priestesses. How ecstatic! How wonderful! And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. What's this motherfucker talking about? And I later see the holy weapon in a sheath, and I'm like, shit. He's like, oh, you recognize this? And it's just like, yeah, of course I do. And Ashio had left the room at the time to go get something. But afterwards, I managed to break out of the chair with the little magic I have under my control. And he immediately goes to hit me, and I barely dodge it, as my reaction timing is not good in any way, shape, or form. It isn't in real life either. My reaction time is actually pretty damn bad. But yeah, so the basis of that is we get into a fight, and I get hit several times with this holy weapon. But then eventually I fall to my knees, and that is when Ashia comes in, seeing the ex-exorcist about to finish me off, and she squeals at the top of her lungs. And I look back suddenly. Ashia! Just like, Ian? It's just like, just shit. This ain't good. But then the exorcist walks over to Ashia. You know what happens when we meet a traitor, right? He's like, what? It's like, you can heal devils, can't you? You should know where I'm going with this. and I begin to clench my fists. Shit, don't do what I'm thinking that you're gonna do. And eventually, he grabs Ashia by her hair and gets her to the ground. Ah, shit, I think to myself. And then goes to say, we get rid of those traitors. And I'm like, oh god, here we go. Shit, I can't move. Damn it. But then I hear her clothes rustle, and I'm like, don't tell me he's doing what I think he's doing. And then I hear her squeal again, and again, and again, and I begin clenching my fists more, as I then hear a voice in my head. You wish to save her, do you not? And I'm like, damn right I do, but I can't move. You want power? You want enough power to help her? Yes. I don't care how much that power costs, or what it costs. My life, my soul, my sanity. Do it. I want power. He says, all right. Then a gem appears embedded in my chest as the wound heals on my back. As I scream a little. Shit! And eventually, I'll get up, feeling no pain remaining. No. Pain. I feel amazing. And the exorcist goes to hit me, but then a gauntlet appears on my arm. Absorb! As I feel nothing from the impact. But the energy, I feel it surging within me. I feel power. Endless. Immense. Holy power. What is this? A devil harnessing this power? I'm more of a devil than anyone else. How can I hold this? And I hear the voice again. If you want a question answered, address me by my name. Shadow. I am the black dragon of corruption, human. No, devil. Shadow, was it? Glad to work with you. And I then put my hand out to the ex-exorcist, grabbing the blade. You know what? I'm sick and tired of your nonsense. First, you hurt Ashia. First, you hurt me, which I don't care much about. But hurting Ashia? Do you want to know the consequence of that? Sure. Go ahead, tough guy. The consequence of your actions. How much? Do you want to know how much it costs? Go on. It costs your life. And I then crushed the holy sword, pain echoing throughout my hand. But I immediately go to stare him in the eyes. This pain. I do not care how much pain I wield, how much it hurts. The only thing I care about is Ashia at the moment, at the time. She is the only one I need this for. And I then hit him. I hit him over and over and over again with my fists, hitting him to the wall, throwing him into the wall, over and over and over again, throwing him into the roof. Yield, 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 I repeat to myself, the power consuming me as it echoes throughout my body. All I want is this man, this thing, this demon, devil, whatever it is, I want it dead. I don't want it here anymore. I want it gone, dead, no longer existing. I don't care. I don't care what it takes. I don't. I keep repeating that over and over in my head, over and over again. I know that I have to do something. I need to do something. I can't let Ashia die. So I keep yelling it over and over again in my mind. More, more, more power. Give me more. I need more. And I begin absorbing the matter in the air, bending it to my will. Yes, this is it. This is the ecstasy I wanted. This. This is damn well amazing, don't you think? And as that pain echoes through my body, I grab the exorcist's neck, but then hear Ashi is screaming at me to stop. And I do. I don't want to hurt her any further than she's already been hurt. But not by me. By the exorcist. And I stop, and the portal opens and Reyes walks out, seeing the gauntlet, and another appear. And I think to myself, shit, well, that's a bit fucked. And I then let the man down. This sick of a man. And I apologize to Arshia and say, Arshia, would you like to come with me? Would you like to be in a place where they can't hurt you? Where no one can hurt you? And she nods as I take off my jacket and wrap it around her. I'm glad. Now, please, follow me, the others. I then go to lead on through the portal. And Reyes looks at me, seeing misery in my eyes. She knows I didn't know what I was doing. She knows that what I was doing was blinded by the purpose that I gave myself. The purpose that I wanted, that I needed. It's the thing I wanted to do most. The reason why I thought with such animalistic urges. And I immediately went to my room in the club. Into the dorm area. And laid down on the bed. And locked the door behind me. Allowing the others to deal with the broken-hearted Arshia. Who was tainted by pain. By something that she didn't deserve to see. A monster of a man. A devil. And the others explained what happened. Why I snapped. Why the sudden snap was there. That I snapped to protect her. And that pain was for her and her only. That I wanted to protect her. And thus she blushed and held her face. He said, don't get the wrong idea, though. He cares about you. He really does. It's just the fact that sometimes he can't control his rage. And she nods in an understanding way. And Rhea sighs and explains that they are devils. And that if she wants, she can join us. She can join them. She can join the club, become a devil, and live with them, do work with them, hunt bad people with her, hang out with them all. And so, she agreed. And, of course, that stuff all happens. But then the invitation to Ryza comes, and I, of course, during the time that it was just doing things with Asher and all that, I was training countlessly. Just to get ready for things that may happen in the future. And I kept learning more and more about my power, speaking with Shadow, understanding more about what he is and who he is, and that there is something called a balance breaker, which is when the user is ready, they are able to use the sacred gear to their fullest potential and unlock it unlocks something amazing called a balance breaker, which removes the limit off of their power. For example, Varley, he doesn't have a time limit to where he can use Divine Dividing in that form. But instead of calling him Varley, he called him the White Dragon Emperor. And I listened with an intriguing thought in my head about what I could do with the wonderful power that I was gifted, that I was chosen to wield by such a powerful being, by a being of such expertise, by a being that defied the gods. And that was a few weeks, maybe a month. And so I learned quite a lot. I understood a lot. I got to know a lot. And so that happened. And so things became interesting. Things became really cool between us. Things became the way that we thought it to be. We wanted to be friends, and so we became friends. But at most, we were partners. We thought side by side. We trained side by side. We were amazing partners. But when the time come for Riza, I went to the party filled with happiness for once. And I thought that, hey, maybe I can truly do something. Maybe, possibly, I can actually have happiness for once. Maybe I could just chill at this party, I thought. But when I saw Riza being a cocky guy, messing with Reyes, I went up to him. Hey, you can obviously see President Reyes doesn't like you, buddy. And that means that, hey, I don't like you either. As soon as I walked in here, I knew something wasn't right with you. You were the sort of guy to respect, and I knew that. So I kept it to myself. No damn point. No damn point to respect someone who doesn't need or deserve to be respected. And he challenged me to a duel in his anger. And I agreed. And I said, if you win, I'll be your butler for a day. For a week. But if I win, you leave Reyes alone, and you only communicate with us as friends. That is all. Not our superior friend. And he found the idea of being friends of such a low level devil such as I interesting. To see if a low-level devil could beat him in a duel. And when we went to the arena, I looked ready. I thought I was ready. And I looked towards Keeper and gave him a thumbs up, and he grinned. You seem happy today. Said, yeah, had a good training time. It's like, that's good. Now, let's have some fun messing these guys up, shall we? And I'm like, yep. Sorry about that pause, I needed to blow my nose. Yeah. And we went on to fight, and the night chick messed me up quite a bit, and I laid on the ground, huffing and puffing, with low energy. Oh, shit, I feel like crap. What is that thing? I know it's a sword, but jeez. It's like, well, you aren't much of an expert. He said, yeah, no shit, woman. How'd you figure that one out? I just became a devil a month or two ago. And she's like, oh. It's like, yeah. No. Good luck with Keeper. He's like, huh? And I quickly roll away as Keeper slams down on her. Sword birth! Sword shooting up from the ground. See ya, woman. Have fun with that one. and I absorbed the damage that I took from the sword birth as the sword shattered. As the sword shattered beneath my feet. Absorb! But then the mage hit me with an explosion. Cancellation! Right as the explosion hit. Huh? That's a new one. And Shadow said, yes, indeed. It seems as though our bond has grown. It seems as though our trust in each other has grown dramatically as well. We won't need to worry about tough things. And they're like, well, ain't that fallen? And I thought about how lucky I was to have such a good partner. I thought that, hey, maybe this wouldn't be so bad after all. Being a devil and all ain't too bad. And I continued to be me. But I was a little left in shock at the fact that I just got my ass pretty much nearly handed to me, but hey, no need to worry about that one, because that was a complete cancellation as the magic dispersed. And I'm like, oh. And I grinned, now this is gonna be cool. And I laughed, and I chuckled. And so did Shadow. Yee, I said, ain't this gonna be fun, huh? And I went to go get in my battle stance. I went to go get in my battle stance and thought about how lucky I was. How cool this all was. But I'm like, well, howdy there. You going good, aren't you? Well, today I'm just gonna say, it's a beautiful day outside. Birds singing, flowers are blooming. I'm gonna skip all that shit and get straight to the Hadouken! And I did a right hook and smacked Ravel in the smacked the explosion girl in the face. Explosion! I yelled as I then used magic to reenact that same explosion magic I did, referencing to a certain anime I watched that was very comedic. If you've ever seen Konosuba, you'd get that reference and would probably laughing your asses off super hard right now. And yeah, so, and after that, Ravel was a bit impressed by it. And I was as well. But when I saw Rias fighting Ryza, I'm like, oh, this is my cue to jump in. And I am stuck in this game. Never mind, I'm good. Yes, so that was an extreme experience for me as I leaped up onto the roof. Sorry, buddy, but I can't allow you to. I got smacked square in the face by Ryza, sending me flying into the roof. Oh, my back! God, man, you pack more punch than my slaps! Fuck! As I then got up, Shadow, that stuff doesn't hurt you, right? No, it does not. It is incorporeal to me. It does not cause me harm in any way. Well, isn't that nice, huh? It's like, you lucky bastard. And we chuckled to each other. And I looked towards Ryza. But in this, I get my ass still handed to me. But in the second round, when that happens, and I'm fighting Ryza, as I am now sick of his shit, and the same thing basically happens. But in this second thing, I think to myself, I can't let this go on. I can't. I'm weak. I'm way too weak for this. I am far too weak. I don't even know if my body's ready to handle all this. And I kept beating myself up over and over and over again. I can't do this. I can't win. Ryza is far too powerful for me. And he's immortal at the same time. What am I supposed to do with that? But then I heard Shadow, calm down, partner. You cannot keep beating yourself up like this. It will continue to tear you apart piece by piece. And I go, shit, you're right. The fuck? And I get back up. You know what, Riser? I'm sick of And I then got punched in the chest and then thrown to the side as he used his wings, his fire wings, knowing that I had more up my sleeve, but I couldn't do anything. So he summoned a fire magic to deal with me. He could probably kick my ass with this, and he damn well knew he could. He knew he could probably fucking absolutely murder me with that. I would not live to tell the tale if he hit me with that. But I kept going, and I got up and forced myself to keep going as the gem in my chest grew. And instead, Shadow was the one to speak. Rise of Phoenix. It seems my master is not even in the slightest fond of you. He wishes you to no longer exist in this world, for you have caused others pain, as well as his. If you wish to fight longer, then I am afraid we will have to step up our game. He knows he may not be ready for this amount of power that I am going to gift to him. But he is ready. He said he is ready. So be it. Then as the fireball hit, they heard Shadow Dragon, Balance Breaker! As the whole area shook as magic began gathering around where my body is. This amazing man standing in the middle of the ring and decked out black armor with red gems all over it. It is now time to say goodbye, Riser, and I raised my hand, all the magic gathering into the middle of my palm. Omairumu, Shinderu, begone, you insolent man! As I then shot the laser and sent him packing, his immortality unable to handle. He did not die. However, he did fall. Unconscious. Destroyed. Okay, so I have very little time remaining. And I've extended it once and I don't want to extend it again. So I will put the intro here. Thank you guys for watching, and as I said in the Goblin Slayer video, if you are going to watch that, I really hope you did first, because then you'd understand this context. But please go check out Omnia Charlotte. His videos are amazing, he's a nice guy to hang out with, and you can have pretty funny conversations with him sometimes. So I highly suggest that you guys go watch his videos, give him the views and likes he rightfully deserves. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day / night, whatever it is for you, and good day.